the economy of evils, the economy of spirituality, the good economy. That GDP is the great divine providence, and you can participate in that. The economy of evil has its own GDP, and that is gross diabolical presence. And that's the sum total of what happens when we participate in either one of these economies. One of these GDPs is advanced, the divine providence or the diabolical presence. We can also talk about, in each of these economies, savings accounts. Now, Americans aren't big for saving, but we all know what a savings account is. Each one of these economies has a savings account in it. In the spiritual economy, we make, to borrow a phrase, a deposit of faith. Isn't that clever? We make a deposit of faith. And a little slow tonight, folks. Come on. And what do we receive? We receive interest. How? In grace. When you deposit faith, when you live by faith in God, God rewards that faith. He promised He would. We do business in the economy of evil. We do it every day. We conduct all sorts of transactions, and doing transactions automatically involves other people. You can't transact a transaction with yourself. Trans means across. You're doing something with somebody else. We do a lot of business with friends and neighbors, all the while using the evil banker's money. And he's more than happy to have us involve others in our spiritual finances. And what happens at the end of that? In financial terms, we become invested, right? We become invested. The more you do business, the more you are inclined to do business in that manner. We become enmeshed and caught up in this. And so the great engine of the economy of evil continues to be fueled by humans who believe a big lie. And what is the big lie? That the bill never comes due. That's a big lie. That spiritual bankruptcy will never come my way. When we sin, we always involve other people. See, this is the problem. You can't get out of your own debt because your debt has caused problems to other people as well who are dragging you down. You can't get out of your own debt. You can't. You're always relying on somebody else. So, what happens when we engage in the sordid business of sin with other people? Well, they go out and get others involved. So you have to think in grand economic terms, the whole economy. When you sin, someone else gets affected, and that person goes out and affects somebody else. One adulterous husband is just one example. That's just one example of the product that the great evil economy can produce. Multiply that now by millions of unfaithful spouses. Mix in other sins derived from the lust account. Premarital sex, cohabitation, homosexuality, fornication. Multiply all of that times all of the people and see how these transactions start to create and build an economy of evil that we all participate in. See how millions and hundreds of millions get caught up in this evil economy, whether they want to be or not. Lots of people started off very innocent. And all of a sudden, one little thing looked enticing to them, and they were affected by sin, and they stepped in. The problem with everything in humanity is how closely we are related to evil. As we pull away from it, things improve. As we draw closer to it, things go down. We're able to traffic in the currency of evil in this economy because we are born with some loose change from it in our pocket. We come into the economy already with some of those coins in our pocket. The church calls it concupiscence. This is finally why we get all tangled up, because of pride. Pride is what leads us into and keeps us in this evil economy. And one day, as it always happens, the bill comes due, as it has now for the world's great economies, including ours, but not just ours. The world is in economic turmoil because the world has trafficked in the economy of evil and has dealt this currency for too long. Because of pride, we've grown greedy and expect something for nothing. The economy of evil never seems to get into a recession, if you've noticed. Never seems to have a recession. We always expect someone else to foot the bill for us. There's only one way out, and that is to declare spiritual bankruptcy and reduce ourselves to poverty. Spiritual poverty. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of God. That's the only way out of this. Think of the divine economy as a sort of a great credit counselor. It's bankruptcy court. It's where you go and you turn everything over to the judge. Everything. And that judge, that credit counselor, decides how you must now live, because you have given up that freedom to be able to determine for yourself. I can't declare bankruptcy. That's insane. I'm not declaring bankruptcy. Anything other than bankruptcy. Why not? Why not just throw in the towel and give up? Admit you spent way over your ability. You did it for stupid reasons. In the spiritual sense, you did it for sinful reasons. Throw in the towel, say, you know what, I give up. Because the debt we owe to Satan over at Last National Bank is already too great to ever work off. The bank owns our soul. There's only one escape. Give up everything, most especially pride, and say, I'm heading down to the eternal bankruptcy court and I'm going to see the judge. I screwed up royal. I got to do what I got to do. You know, I understand he's actually worked out some good deals for other people. I hear that. He pays the debt for you to Last National Bank. You walk away cleared. He hands in redemption coupons for you, and the debt is wiped out.